You ever been in a room where one sentence changes everything? Like the air gets heavy, forks stop mid-bite, and you know right then Sumion's life just took a hard left? That's what went down at the Grand Regency Hotel in Miami, when Marcus Kane, tech titan, billionaire, and all-around big shot, decided to open his mouth and call a waitress a dumb little nobody. Oh, man, he had no idea who he was talking to. Lila Carter, a woman who wasn't just pouring his wine, but holding the keys to his entire future. Let me take you back to that night. Picture it. The kind of place where the chandeliers cost more than your house, where the tablecloths are so white they practically glow, and the guest list reads like a Forbes cover story. Marcus Kane, CEO of Apex Pulse Technologies, is sitting at the head of the table, all sharp suit and sharper ego, pitching a $4 billion merger to Victor Langston, the quiet billionaire investor who could make or break his company with a single nod. The room's buzzing venture capitalists, a couple of senators trying to look casual, and a string quartet playing just soft enough to let the power moves hum. Lila Carter's moving through it all, tray in hand, pouring wine with the kind of grace you don't learn in a day. She's 28, with eyes that see everything and a smile that doesn't give much away. To Marcus, she's just part of the scenery, another server, another nobody. Big mistake. Lila's not here because she's desperate for tips. She's here because she wants to be. See, Lila's got a story that'd make you stop scrolling and listen. She grew up in a small apartment in Atlanta, raised by a single mom who fought cancer like a warrior until it took her when Lila was 16. Left with a little brother, Jamal, who's got muscular dystrophy and a laugh that could melt ice, Lila became his everything: sister, mom, nurse, you name it. She was a college basketball star, full ride, dreams of the WNBA, but dreams don't pay for wheelchairs or therapy. So she traded the court for 3 jobs: barista mornings, retail afternoons, and nights like this, serving wine to men who don't even look at her. But Lila's not just surviving. She's studying. She took this gig at the Grand Regency to watch how the big dogs move, how they talk, how they break each other without raising their voice. She's invisible to them, and that's her superpower. Marcus Kane, though, he doesn't see superpowers. He sees pawns. At 40, he's built Apex Pulse from a garage startup to a tech empire, not because he's some genius coder, but because he's a shark, ruthless, charming when he needs to be, and allergic to apologies. His employees call him the blade behind his back because he cuts through hesitation like it's a disease. To him, business is a battlefield, and servers like Lila, they're not even on the map. He's here tonight to close the deal of his life, a merger that'll make Apex Pulse untouchable. Victor Langston's the key, a 70-year-old investor with a reputation for betting on companies that don't just make money, they make a difference. Marcus is all smiles, leaning in, talking fast about market shares and synergies, when Lila steps up to refill his glass. The wine glass tips. Not a crash, not a drama, just a slow, red spill across the table, a few drops hitting Marcus's $5,000 jacket. Lila's quick, already dabbing with a napkin, saying, "I'm so sorry, sir," her voice soft but steady. Marcus doesn't miss a beat. He swats her hand away, leans back, and says, loud enough for the whole table to hear, "Don't touch me, you dumb little nobody." The room goes quiet, like someone hit pause on the world. The quartet fumbles a note. Phones tilt up, recording. Lila freezes, napkin still in hand, her face calm, but her eyes sharp, like she's memorizing every face staring at her. Marcus adjusts his cufflinks, smirks, and goes back to his pitch like nothing happened. Here's the thing he didn't know. Lila Carter isn't just a waitress. She's Victor Langston's niece, raised like a daughter after her mom passed. Victor, the guy who could buy half of Miami and not blink, took Lila in when she was a kid, gave her a home, a shot at college, and a fire to prove herself. She didn't take his money and coast. She wanted to earn her place, to see the world from the ground up. That's why she's here, pouring wine, watching men like Marcus show their true colors. And tonight, those colors are ugly. The table's still quiet, the kind of quiet that feels like a storm's about to break. Lila steps back, says, "Please enjoy your meal." Her voice smooth as glass, and moves to the next guest. Marcus mutters, "Learn your place," under his breath, loud enough for his buddies to chuckle. Across the table, Victor Langston sets down his fork. He's not loud, never has been. His power's in his silence, the kind that makes you feel like you're being weighed. He looks at Marcus, then at Lila, and you can see the gears turning. He's seen men like Marcus before, guys who think a big bank account means they own the room. Victor's mom survived the worst of history, taught him to watch, not just listen. And right now, he's watching everything. Dinner keeps going, but it's off. The steaks come out, sizzling, perfect, but nobody's hungry anymore. Marcus is still talking, louder now, like he's trying to drown out the awkwardness. "Winners don't get distracted," he says, grinning at Victor. "They push through, dominate, take what's theirs." Victor just sips his water, eyes locked on Marcus, not smiling. Lila's back with a water pitcher, moving like nothing happened, but when she gets to Marcus's end of the table, he grabs her wrist hard, not enough to hurt, but enough to say, "I'm in charge." He leans in, voice low, dripping with wine and arrogance. "You wait till I'm done talking, sweetheart. Real business is happening here." Lila looks him dead in the eye, says, "Yes, sir, I understand," and pulls her wrist free, slow and deliberate. The table's holding its breath. Victor leans to his assistant, whispers something in Spanish. The assistant nods, slips out of the room, phone already out. Marcus keeps pitching, oblivious, throwing out numbers: $4 billion, tripled ROI, global dominance. Victor cuts him off, voice calm but heavy. "Before we talk numbers, Marcus, I'd like to introduce someone." Marcus blinks, confused, still smirking. "One of your VPs?" he asks, trying to keep it light. Victor shakes his head, raises a hand. Lila steps forward, no tray, no apron, just her, standing tall. "This is Lila Carter," Victor says, his hand on her shoulder. "My niece. I raised her like my own since she was 10. She's here tonight not because she needs this job, but because she wanted to see what kind of people I'm dealing with." The room cracks open. Gasps ripple. Marcus's face goes pale, like someone just pulled the plug on his whole world. Victor keeps going, voice steady but sharp. "She's smarter than most of the CEOs I've met, Marcus. And you just called her a nobody." The silence is deafening. Phones are up, recording every second. Lila stands there, not gloating, just present, her chin up, her eyes clear. Victor turns to the room. "You all saw what happened tonight. So did I." And with that, he sits down. No shouting, no drama, just a decision made. Marcus tries to laugh it off, stammering, "Victor, come on. It was a misunderstanding, but it's too late." Guests start standing, chairs scraping, phones buzzing. One investor checks his stock app. Another slips out the door. The merger's dead before dessert hits the table. By the time the sorbet arrives, untouched, Apex Bull stock is tanking 15% down in 30 minutes, then 20. Social media is on fire. The videos everywhere: Marcus Kane trending, clips of his smug face next to Lila's calm resolve. Headlines hit. Tech CEO's racist rant kills $4 billion deal. Sponsors pull out. Employees start quitting. Marcus's phone's blowing up, board members, PR, lawyers, all screaming. By midnight, the board suspends him. By 2 a.m., his company email's locked. Apex Pulse isn't a Titan Anna Marie, it's a cautionary tale, bleeding cash and credibility. Meanwhile, Lila walks into Langston Capital's headquarters the next morning. No uniform, just a navy suit and a quiet fire. She's not just Victor's niche, his pick for director of ethical leadership, a new role with real power, not a PR stunt. She steps to a podium for a company live stream, facing employees from Miami to Mumbai. "Last night," she says, voice steady, Someone thought a title made them more human than me. I didn't say anything then, but I'm speaking now. Leadership isn't about taking, it's about earning. I'm here to make sure every voice in this company, from the mailroom to the boardroom, gets heard. The applause isn't fake. It's raw, real, like they're seeing themselves in her. This isn't just about Lila or Marcus. It's about all of us. It's about that moment at the coffee shop when you snap at the barista, or the meeting where you ignore the quiet guy in the corner, or the time you think someone's job makes them less. Marcus didn't lose that deal because of a bad pitch, lost it because he failed at being human. Lila didn't win because she had a fancy uncle, she won because she showed up, stayed steady, and let her character do the talking. We all face that test every day. The server who messes up your order, the coworker who's too shy to speak up, the stranger you think doesn't matter, they might just be the ones holding your future. So here's the question, and I want you to sit with it. What's the last time you dismissed someone because you thought they didn't count? And if they turned out to be the ones signing your paycheck, would you be proud of how you acted? Drop a comment. Tell me your story. What's the moment you saw someone's true colors, or when you had to stand up for what's right? Share this if you think dignity's not optional, because the way we treat people, that's the legacy we leave. And who knows? The next person you meet might just be the one who changes everything.